We are talking about Mistakes Were Made by Lucy Score.
Woo! Yay!
Beautiful.
Bailey's like, I want to talk about it.
Here, hold up the book, doggo. Smile. She's like, okay. I loved this book.
I was so surprised how much I liked this book.
I'm
So,
surprised because
so shocked.
I really liked Dust. Story of My Life. Can't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
Story of My
Yeah,
Life,
yeah,
the
yeah.
first one. Um, of this. I really liked it. It wasn't as good as this one, but I did really, really like it. You did
And
not.
I did not.
So I was excited for this and you were not.
I definitely had to change my mindset going into this one a little bit after knowing what the first one story of my life was. Like I had to like put
Very
myself into a different perspective.
unserious,
Yeah.
kind of juvenile, very jokey,
Yes.
fun romance.
Granted, the first Lucy score that I read was the Knockabout series, and I
Mhm.
feel like that series, yeah, it's a cutesy romance, but like it definitely was a little more serious. Like it had like a thicker plot. It was kind of serious.
Well, and we had like the cops and the people,
Yes,
like it
and
was
so then I go
more,
into this next Lucy score series thinking like, okay, like I thought I knew what I was in for, and this is totally different. So,
yeah.
which I loved this book, but I could not jive with the first one.
Yeah. So we met not the mailman. We met them both. We met both the
Yeah,
characters
we met both of them in the first one.
because it's the main, what was his name? Do you remember? Why can't I?
Cameron?
Cam.
Cam?
Cam, yeah.
Cam?
So it's his brother Gage.
Yeah.
And so Cam and Hazel are from the first book. Uh,
Hmm.
and then this is Hazel is an author. And the
Yeah.
main girl in this one, Zoe, is her agent.
Yes.
So basically, things are not going well for Zoe in where New York City, right? Because
Yep.
they're in Pennsylvania. So
Yeah. So, well, no, things weren't going well for Hazel. So Zoe
in
moved with Hazel.
because books weren't selling, things were not going well, so she had to come like get her to
Yeah, I
sell
think
books so she could make money.
yes, because I think Hazel like left her publishing company or whatever, and then like Zoe just like left with her, and so that's
Well,
kind of
because
like
remember
where
in
they
the
were
first
confused.
book, Hazel's husband was trying to steal the rights to her
Yes.
books in the
Right,
divorce.
right, right, right.
So then she has Zoe, but Zoe lived in New York City and her only client was Hazel. So
Right.
Hazel's books weren't doing so well because she was in this whole divorce situation. She
Right.
moved to the small town. She was like writing a new book, but hadn't really done anything yet. And so Zoe couldn't afford to live in New York City anymore
Yes.
because she wasn't getting the money from Hazel's book sales. So
Right.
she now comes to live with, not like with Hazel, but in the same
Right.
town so she can help Hazel finish her new book, promote it, like hopefully make a bunch of money. And then her plan is to move back to New York City,
Yes.
which doesn't go as planned. So
Right.
the initial, I don't remember how exactly she ends up moving into the apartment above Gage's law office
Yes.
because he
So
offers it to them.
so the first time Gage met Zoe, he literally fell off the roof in
Mhm.
the first
In
book,
the first
which
book,
was
yeah.
like, what happened? Like, this is what started the whole thing, right? Like, he was already obsessed with her. He thought
Mhm.
she was gorgeous,
Yeah.
whatever. So then whenever he finds out that like she's moving here, he like clears out this space above
Mhm.
his law office to let her rent as an apartment
Mhm.
because her only other option would have been to stay with Hazel and Cam that are
Mhm.
like newly engaged, getting married, and like
Yeah.
obviously she didn't want to do that. So she's now staying above his place, which was
And
so
he's like
cute.
not charging her.
Right.
So
So
she,
she's able to like afford, obviously,
yeah.
she's then better able to like afford to obviously do what she needs to do to like help promote Hazel's book. So,
But she hates that, so she starts selling everything she owns.
right. And then is like running, like meeting a bunch of people outside of his
Yeah.
law office to like sell her clothes,
Buy
and he
shoes
was
and
getting
stuff.
pissed. And I actually think that's when we got the sports bra scene
Yeah,
because
because
remember,
she left a pair of shoes with like his receptionist or something, and somebody was supposed to come buy him. And I remember he walked in and he's like, "Go tell her this isn't a damn thrift store," or like something like that.
yeah,
And then he took the shoes and like marched upstairs,
uh-huh,
and then she was like freaking out inside of her apartment. And so
yeah,
he goes in to help her, and she's stuck at her sports
stuck
bra.
in the sports bra.
Which
It
happens.
was
Okay, it really
so,
happens.
it really is real life. That does happen. But it was so freaking comical. And that, like, I think just truly, like, sums up, like, this was so funny.
It was.
And it was, like, so fun and just very cute. And I
And it's like
really
a
like,
scene like that, I think could have been so stupid and so cheesy, but
yes.
like like Zoe's funny and she like
Yeah.
was freaking out and he's like didn't want to see her naked, trying,
Yeah.
and she like
He's like
grabs his
trying to
hands
calm
and like
down
puts
because
them on
he's
her
like,
boobs.
I don't like your boobs are out. And
Yeah.
she's like basically like grow the fuck up. Like I need your
He
help.
like literally makes him touch them and he's
Yeah.
like, they're just boobs. Like, come on, get me out of this damn
Yeah.
thing. And
Come
she
on,
starts
come
like
help me.
panicking. But that was funny. And like there was a
It
lot
was
of
so
those
funny.
scenes where, and I think that's why I liked her, like Zoe, so much because
Hmm.
she was like, he would get a little uncomfy and then she would just be like, stop being an idiot and like do
Yeah.
something wild.
And I was gonna say too, I feel like that scene too, even just like shows their dynamic so well. Like
Mhm.
she's so like carefree out there, like
Yeah.
disastrous.
Yeah.
And he is so like almost like reserved and safe, and she really pulls him out of like that comfort zone. And I love that too. And I feel like
Yeah.
that even just showed it, like her literally just like putting her his hands on
Yeah.
her boobs
She's
and
like,
was
there,
like,
you
it's
felt him out.
fine,
Now can
it's
you come
really
do
okay.
it? And
But
it's
he's
like
like, I'm trying to be a gentleman and like
closing his eyes while trying to help her.
closing his eyes and like
Um,
trying to help her.
But like we even get in the beginning, we know their dynamic because she's like, "Oh, I would sleep with him, but like I only want a one night stand, and he's a man with a
Yes.
5 year plan." Like that
And
was their
he
basic.
literally was like, I can't even entertain like wanting to be with her because I have a plan and she doesn't fit that
Yeah,
plan because of who she is as a person.
and
Like,
she's
and
leaving.
he would say, like, nothing against that. I just don't want to get caught up in her because
Yeah.
she's never gonna like settle down and marry me.
Well, because he even went on that date with the that other girl that he got online, found online or
Yes. And
whatever.
she had a plan.
And
A
then he was
plan,
like
plan.
sitting there with her. Yeah, and she's basically like, "We have my kids right now. Like, I need to get
Yeah.
pregnant. Like,
Like,
it's
how
over."
fertile are you? Have you had your, I think she literally asked if he's had his sperm checked.
Yeah.
And he was
And like
like, well,
after that, and that was him trying to like not fall for Zoe. So he's like, I'm gonna
yes,
go on
and
a
get with
date and
somebody
like,
like a little more
yeah.
serious.
And then
And then
after
whenever
that,
she
he
like
was
was
like, no.
asking, yeah, whenever she was then asking like, have you had your sperm checked? He was like, I don't think this is for me.
Yeah. And then
And
he
then
left
that's
that and
kind of
he's
what he
like, I
started to pull
know.
out of his plan a little bit. And he was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be like that. Like, I don't want to be so
That
stuck in my ways that
extreme.
like I
Yeah.
end up with somebody I don't even like just to
Yeah.
fit the plan.
Yeah. That was
So they were
funny.
so fun. I also love a book with like the family, like the whole family dynamic, and I feel like theirs is so funny. So
I
there's
love
three
their group chat.
brothers and the one sister.
Mhm.
The sister is actually the child of the mom and dad, and then all of the brothers were adopted. But I love their family dynamic. The family group chat had me cackling multiple times. It
It's
was so
so
funny.
funny.
And then the night that they all went to the parents' house and they were all fighting and the mom made them stand in their corners.
Like literally put him
I
in
was like, oh
timeout.
my, it was
Yeah.
so funny because they're like adults. And even the brothers would all like fight still because Cam really didn't want Gage to do anything with Zoe because he was like, if you mess it up with Zoe and then you cause an issue at Hazel and I's wedding, like I'm
Yeah.
gonna be pissed. So like don't touch her. Don't go near, don't touch her, don't do anything. And then he does, and then Cam literally tries to physically fight him, and they
I
start
think
fighting.
that
And
was
they're
my
both like, "Don't
my
tell mom."
favorite part. I love when they literally beat each other up. Like, but it's
Yeah.
not like you just in my brain, I picture like these little boys just like wrestling on
Yes.
the ground. Like it's so unserious and they just the things that they say, man, are just so off the wall. And it's like
Oh, it was so
it's
funny.
funny because it's coming from these big, strong,
Big,
burly
like
men.
strong,
Yeah.
yeah, and these men that are like, whatever, tough men. And then they're just like beating each other up over nothing, and then having to stand in their corners because their mommy told them to.
So funny. I think this is one of the like outside of probably Chestnut Springs, the best like family dynamic book.
Yeah, I
And
would agree
like
with that.
I like that their group chat's not like cheesy. Like it's just funny.
Yes.
And the parents are hilarious.
The parents are
Yeah.
very funny, which, and that also like comparing to Chestnut Springs, like the dad in Chestnut
Yeah.
Springs is like super funny. And I feel like that's how the parents are in this because also like the parents just say it how it is.
Yeah.
I also thought it was so funny whenever the mom caught her leaving the morning after their first
Yeah.
one night stand and she like literally tumbled down the stairs and broke her arm.
Yeah.
And I was like, because she was trying to flee so fast, and then like the mom found her, and I was like, oh my God, like that was so funny too.
I liked what the dinner when her parents came to town, Zoe's parents came to town. Because her
Yes.
Zoe's parents are not nice to her.
No,
And
no. And
like
I also like I did like how it touched on a little bit of like she has like ADHD and like she just found out.
yeah.
And so basically she's like, "Oh my God, this is why like I am a little bit of a disaster and this is why
Yeah.
my life has been like a little bit harder." And her parents have always just been like, "You're an inconvenience," like basically whatever. They celebrate her birthday because one, I think did they
One
forget
year
it
when
for
she was
like
a child,
did
they
they forget
forgot
it
it.
for just 1 year? Was it like three
I
years?
think it
They
was
like
one
forgot.
year. I
Okay.
think it was one year, and then she it was like 8 years old. Like she just said
Yeah,
something
like she
about
was
it.
young. And so she said, like, I think it's my birthday or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they made like such a big deal. They were like, we can never forget your birthday. So they always go see her, but they just basically see her to like shit on her.
Yeah.
And
Like,
so
they did
Gage
not want to
goes
be
to the
there.
dinner and loved that first,
Mhm.
loved that. But basically they're just shitting on her the whole dinner and Gage is like, I'm gonna go. And basically the parents he just like stood up and left. He didn't even say anything. And the parents were like, oh, look at that, like another man that you're running off.
Yeah.
And then he comes back, and I loved it. Oh my God.
Yeah, he based those made him leave. The whole
Yeah.
restaurant made him leave.
He
People were
literally came back and was like, I've paid everybody's bill. You guys can go home. And I was like,
I love a man that sticks up for
oh,
them
it
in
was
front of
so
the
good.
parents like that.
Yeah.
That
And
was
it was
great.
very like, I mean, honestly, yes, it was like silly cheesy because you have like the whole town like rivalry, like Story Lake is has a rivalry, whatever. Um, with like the next town over. So
Yeah.
like all of that is super cheesy. Them like throwing baked potatoes at people,
Yeah.
like that's really weird and cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit funny, but I feel like honestly like their romance story in my opinion wasn't very cheesy.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was just like cute. I did not think it was
I
cheesy.
think,
I
but
just
like,
think that
I feel
like
that way about the first book too. Like, I don't think their relationship was cheesy, but everything surrounding it was,
yeah,
you
like
know,
in the
like,
town is kind of
yeah.
cheesy.
Like the story was good. Their relationship, their development, their characters, their everything was really good. It's just you do get the random things. But then like the potatoes were kind of funny because then Gage got him thrown at him when he pissed everybody
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just kind of like you kind of have to like take those little bit like they also have like this like town bald eagle that like they think
Yeah.
like does things on purpose, which like okay, fine. Like I'm now going into these knowing that like you're gonna have those cheesy things.
Yeah.
So like didn't love, but like they're there and it's
But I
fine.
think
I
the
still rated it
story,
4 stars.
yeah, the series is good, or the story is serious and good enough to like to where if it was
Compete
just
with that.
all cheesy, then you'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, this is like a lot. But we get the
Yeah.
serious because then we also get the serious plot line with the Miller and her sister getting in the car accident, and we get the background on
Yes.
that, and then we get the girl who he's trying to get away from her husband,
Defend.
who's abusive,
Yeah.
and like we get serious enough topics like thrown
Right.
in there that it's
Yeah.
not just like super childish, and they're
Yes.
done well.
I agree. The only childish thing that happened in this book that I didn't love was whenever he like freaked out about Zoe taking that. What did she get stabbed?
She
What did
didn't
she get
even,
hurt?
did she? If
I'm
she
pretty
did, it
sure she
wasn't
did get
bad.
hurt. It wasn't bad, but like the Gage is defending like the one he's defending this girl that's divorcing her husband because he's abusive. And like the husband shows up and is like threatening the his now ex-wife, and Zoe like steps in and
Doesn't
like
he like
saves
have
the
her in a
girl and
headlock?
the kids.
Doesn't he like have his wife in like a headlock on the beach? Like,
I
wasn't he
think so. Like she
like,
just like took into action and like
yeah,
saved her. And Gage like blew up about it. And I think like him blowing up about it was because he's worried that like somebody he loves is gonna like
yeah,
die because
because
his
it
like
happened to
brother-in-law
him. Yeah.
died and his sister was badly injured. So he's just like everybody I love like leaves me because they die. So he was like very much scared in that moment, but I do feel like he kind of acted like a
It's definitely
baby.
a trauma response, but then that's part of the story because like everybody
Yeah.
told him that like
Yeah.
you're acting like a child, you know, and
Right.
he had to like do his
Right.
whole
Right.
ordeal.
Obviously, that was like our little like third act, whatever. And
Yeah, which
then
I don't like a third act
I hate a third
kind of
act
breakup, and
breakup.
then I also, to be honest, I didn't love his grand gesture.
No.
He literally
Me
just moved
either
her into
because
his
it had
house.
to do with like the bingo thing, and I didn't love that.
But also,
But
like, he just moved her into his house.
yeah, and that was a little like, I think this is to be like a mutual decision.
Yeah. Also, like, yeah, you don't just, what if she didn't forgive him?
Right. But
Like,
like you know that's not gonna happen.
I know, but it's like to just come home and all of your stuff be gone and just be like,
Yeah,
she,
like what are you
at
gonna
that
do?
moment, she still hated him. So, like, he had
Right.
full faith, which I mean, I guess good for him, be delusional and it works out. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it's also funny that she absolutely hates animals and he lives on a farm.
And he lives on a farm. Yeah. So I just think that there was a lot of just like fun dynamics in there. And I really liked them. Like, I think that
Yeah.
that's why I love this book so much because he like called her disaster, which I loved
Mhm.
because she is like a walking
Yeah.
disaster. And so I loved that like she was like that and he was so like reserved. And I feel like they both and because he's so like reserved and organized and like a planner, he also like helped her with like her ADHD to
Yeah.
like be a little more organized and plan things and whatever.
Like when
So
she was panicking
I
about
loved their
losing
dynamic.
she lost the envelope with the money or whatever.
Yes,
He was
and they
in
were like
there.
up all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I like too, because like as quote unquote grumpy as he was, like he was funny.
He
Like he
was
was
funny.
very witty. You know,
Yeah.
like some of the comments he would make to her had me
Right.
cackling
And
because they
their
were just,
banter was very witty.
yeah.
Yes.
But they like weren't intentionally funny. Like he would just say
Right.
things and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
No, I
she was
totally
funny,
agree.
funny, and he was kind of just like, I don't
Like
know.
one-liners,
Yeah.
like nonchalant, like kind of says them too, like not to be funny. Like
Yeah.
literally, it's just like his response, but
But then
it's
it's
funny.
like funny because he's saying it because of who he is
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I liked because now we like know so much about Levi from both books, and that's going to be the next book. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I liked like the cameos of Cam and Hazel in this book. Like you may not have loved
Yeah.
the first one, but like them being in it, like you just
Yeah.
get
I
like their
definitely still like that they're like prominent characters, obviously.
because
Um,
Cam's funny. Cam is rude.
yeah, Cam is, and see, I think that that's why I didn't like him. I almost felt like he was like grumpy, grumpy, and then like too much sunshine. Like I did not like him. I will say I liked his cameos. Like I liked him I better in this book than I did in his own book.
The him and Gage are funny together,
Yeah.
and then Levi's
Yeah.
kind of just like there.
So she just announced Levi's book's coming out next year. I th well, actually she didn't even really announce that it's Levi's. I think we're just speculating that it's
Well,
Levi's.
because and it's called One More Chapter, and he's an author.
Right, 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 right.
So I don't know
Um,
what other direction it could go.
yeah, I'm really excited because he's quiet and you know what they say about the quiet ones. But we're speculating who his FMC is going to be.
I think I don't know. I don't know who I genuinely think more, but my thoughts are Audrey, the girl who you think
Yes.
who was getting abused. Gage was
By her ex-husband. And
warrior.
I think that because Levi's also like funnily like the
A
police
cop.
chief. Like
Oh,
he's literally like
yeah.
the head cop in this town, voted by his brothers to be
Yeah.
that. So like
But
he
he
did not
didn't
want to
want
be
to
the
be
cop.
that.
Yeah,
I also
but
loved
he is.
when he arrested Gage in the street.
Yes. So
Because
like he
so
is the cop. And that's why
Hazel
I think it's gonna be her because she's getting like abused by her ex-husband.
it could be. It makes
Yeah.
sense. But that was so funny because Zoe was trying to leave town after that happened, and he like stopped her, and she was like standing in the middle of the road, and
Uh-huh.
then his brother came and arrested him in
And
the front of
arrested
the
him.
whole town.
And
Like
I
that was
think,
perfect. And he's like, I've been waiting to do this because he didn't want to be the
yeah,
freaking sheriff in the first
because he
place.
did not want to be like the sheriff of the town, but they voted him in. Yeah, that was funny.
But I either think it's going to be Audrey or Val, which we didn't even touch on that, but
Yeah.
that's the girl who accidentally killed
Yeah, his
his
brother-in-law,
brother-in-law
Gage's
and
brother-in-law.
put his sister in a wheelchair in the car accident.
Yes.
So she comes back. Um, Laura, that's his
Because
sister.
They're friends. The sister and her are
Mhm.
friends. Like they
Yeah.
talked to each other after the accident and like explained, her side of the story was explained. So it was like a big accident.
And she
But
wants
Gage,
Gage
that
to
was like a big
defend.
part of the story because
Mhm.
Gage being like so moral, like he was like, I can't defend the girl that literally killed my brother-in-law and put you in a wheelchair. And so
Yeah.
like that was a big thing too because Zoe brought in like a different perspective of all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Um,
Laura asked, because the charges were she was going to trial and she wanted Gage
right.
to defend the guy or the
Yes.
girl who killed his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't do that. And then she starts coming around, and Laura's like, you better get used to it because she's going to be
Yeah.
around.
She's my friend.
Um,
Like she's gonna be around.
and she has like a
So
couple
the only
kids.
thing is like I just don't know if I would like if she puts her with Levi. Just because like if she's gonna be a friend and she's gonna be like intermixed in the series from now on, like fine. But I'm just kind of like that might be a little too much for me to like get through. Like I just am kind of like you're gonna date or marry like the girl that literally killed your
Yeah, but
family.
they all like her now. Like they
I
all started to
know,
like
I
her.
know.
She got divorced. Her husband left her, so she's
Yeah.
single.
Yeah. And she has the kids, like she has kids. So I don't know. I mean, it would be fine. Like I'd get over it. But I'm just kind of like, I don't know if that's who I want.
And then we just got into it over the comments of people saying it's going to be Felicity, and we didn't even remember who that was.
Yeah, we were kind of like, who's
Um,
Felicity?
but
But
there's
Felicity's the neighbor.
she's a neighbor. She's very recluse. She's like kind of nerdy. She works on the computer. She didn't leave the house. She ended up leaving the house for the one time
Yes.
she got
Yeah.
out, but some people speculate her, so we'll see. But
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yeah. But then other people are saying we haven't met whoever his FMC is going to be, which would be
Yeah.
very interesting because I don't know like who she could bring into town, you know? I feel like it would make the most sense for
Yeah.
it to just be somebody that's already in the town.
Yeah. But there's no, they're like youngins. They're all old people, which was really funny when the lady, what was her name, was writing and Zoe took her on as a client, that old lady.
Oh, yeah.
She was
I
funny.
don't remember her name, but that was funny too.
I love a good old lady, like
Yeah.
crazy
Like
old
best
lady.
friend.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm really excited for Levi's too because like he is quiet, but like he's also kind of funny. Like in the group chats and stuff, like the little one-liners that he would have, like those were
Well,
really
and you
funny.
know how much crap that the brothers are going to give him throughout the whole book, so
Oh
they're going
yeah,
to make
because
it
he like
funny.
never really says much. Like he literally is quiet. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't say much ever. I also am interested to like hear more about like his writing because
Mhm.
he's taking like Hazel's writing class and
Yeah.
stuff. So he could be really fun. Like he could be a good one.
I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah.
Like they've all been enjoyable, but I really liked this one.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I needed it, truthfully. I needed like a
Yeah,
good,
it
funny
came at a
romance.
good time.
Yeah, for both of us, I think.
And we have nothing. There's no other, I feel like cutesy romances. We have a Megan Quinn in the summer. I was like, what else comes out soon? I think that's
Yeah,
the soonest one. But I love a good little cutesy romance. I
I
will
know.
say, for me, because I don't like a cutesy romance. So,
Yeah, and she was thick.
yeah, I think it's what, like 600?
600 some
Mhm.
pages.
And
And
I
I
really enjoyed
honestly,
it.
I think I saw the 600 pages and I was like, don't do this to me. Like,
Well, because
don't.
you texted me before and you're like, this scares me because
I
Story
was
of My Life is
literally like, I'm
short.
terrified that this cutesy romance is supposed to be 600 pages, but I literally ate it up. It was
The
so
Story of My
funny.
Life was like 300 and you didn't even like it.
Yeah.
But
And
we
this
got
was
more plot.
600 and I was like, I loved. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, final rating was 4 stars. Thank you, Lucy
At
Score,
least,
for bringing me
yeah.
this.
I don't know. It could even be like a 4.5 to be honest. Like I ate this up.
I know. I like literally couldn't put it down. It was so
Well,
funny.
I think
And
I
the
read
amount of
it in
times
like two
I
days.
feel like I also go by like, can it make me laugh? Can it make me like feel for the characters? And I feel like it did
Well,
all of that.
yeah, and that's why like the more I sit here and talk about it and think about it, especially after some of the books I've read like recently and like the way this made me feel, and
I
that's why I
know.
keep like wanting again. So I'm like,
Maybe
maybe
it
this
was
was
5.
better. Yeah. Because I think I rated Story of My Life a 4. Because I
I think I
love
rated it
that.
like maybe a 2,
I think you
which
did.
is so shocking. But no, I'm glad that I liked that so much.
And it's
That
so
was,
stinking cute and it looks so good
yeah.
next to the
I
other
know.
one.
I need to get mine.
4 or 5 out of 5. Can't decide yet.
Yeah.
Somewhere
Four and a
around
half, I
there.
guess.
Solid book.
Solid. Highly recommend.
Highly, highly recommend. I also, you haven't read anything else by her. She has the, I
Well, we
read,
read like the Christmas Fix and like Mr. Fixer-Upper, remember?
those weren't it.
Yeah, but those they were it for the time. Not Mr. Fixer-Upper. I liked the Christmas Fix.
Yeah,
And
Christmas.
it was like we read it during Christmas time. Like it was cute. It was stupid, but it was cute. I haven't
And
read any of her other series.
this is why I'm shocked that Knock 'em Out is what it is because
I
I read
know.
the Riley Thorne series by her. The ones
Right.
that I was reading, like The Body in
The
the
like
Backyard,
murdery mystery ones.
loved
Yeah.
them. I ate them up. They got kind of towards the end. I was like, oh, because those are like, you think these are cheesy?
Yeah. Okay, those are
Those
even
are
more.
cheesy, like,
Yeah.
but they're funny. Like, if you
Right.
want something that's pure, no thought entertainment, highly
Yeah.
recommend because I devoured them like very quickly, very easily. But then you go from like that, and I think those were written before to like knock
Okay.
them out, and I'm like, how do you,
Yeah, Nakama was like low-key kind of
yeah,
serious, truthfully.
and like really
And
good.
then like also I think of like Lucian or Lucian or whoever from Knockamout.
Oh, the third
That
book?
boy
Yeah,
was bad.
yeah.
Like he was like bad.
I
And so I'm just like to
devoured
go
the third
from
one.
that to like the Bishop brothers, I'm like that's a really big difference.
Because we did get the like small town, quirky, like fun
Yeah.
dynamic in those,
Like
but
that was the
definitely,
vibe of the town, but like
yeah,
the storyline, there was like nothing like stupid or cheesy. There was no bird. There was no
yeah.
town rival.
It
Like
was
there was
more of an
like
actual
it was
romance.
like an action-packed kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Well, yeah, because we got like the
So,
brother being the cop and all the
yeah.
that
And
went
like
into a
her evil
solid
twin
plot.
sister, and
Mhm.
then like whatever Lucian was going down with, like and slow, like I was just that's why Story of My Life like rocked my world of how like
Yeah,
stupid cheesy it was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good once you know what you're getting into.
Right. Like this one I ate up because I went into it knowing that it was going to be a little bit more like cheesy, stupid.
Yeah,
And I in general liked the characters more in this one. But
yeah.
yeah.
Cool. We have a winner. We haven't had a winner since in our own league.
I know.
Somebody
R.I.P. because
write
I
us
wish
a
I
good
could read that again for
book.
the first time.
I know. Just like, can somebody write a freaking banger? Like, can somebody just
You
write a
know what
good
I
book?
think it's gonna be?
What?
Fever Dream by Elsie Silver.
I am worried
I have
because
high
Rose
hopes.
Hill is not doing it for me.
Okay, but this is gonna put us more in like the Chestnut Springs vibe because he's a bull rider and it gives us Theo's little sister. So we're going more into Chestnut Springs, I think.
Yeah, I think that I'm like struggling because the last series I read of her was Gold Rush Ranch. And
Oh, and that was her first one.
I
So here's
know.
the thing though, I have high hopes, but that also makes me scared because like it could be done wrong.
And I don't like a cowboy. So it's
Oh, I
better, it
love
better be
Cowboy.
good. It better be good or I'm not here for
I
it.
know, and that's why you like Chestnut Springs because like it was good. But
Okay,
here's the
Chestnut
thing
Springs though
too.
was not, it was cowboy, but like Gold Rush Ranch was like cowboy.
Yeah,
That was the preface of the book.
that was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chestnut Springs was like they are cowboys, but like we have a whole other life and plot line.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
see,
they live
I
on a
feel like
farm, but
Fever Dream's gonna be like that though, because I saw something on Instagram the other day and it was like she was running like a dating show or something. And so Theo must be, or not Theo, Emmett,
hmm,
which we love an Emmett now.
yeah.
Emmett must be like on the dating show and she must be like the director of it because she had to like text him, and he saved her number as Theo's hot little sister. So it's like I think it is going to be like obviously he rides bulls, but I feel like it's going
Yeah.
to be more like a Theo story or a Rhett story where it's like he rides bulls, but
Yeah.
that's not the whole point of the story,
Yeah.
which I would like. And I saw somebody got it already. I just want to be one of those
I
people.
know. Elsie,
And
Elsie,
whenever
can you
they
hear us?
I'll
Please
see.
send us your art.
Whenever they like held it up, it was like shorter. It was like a Chestnut Springs length.
Okay.
So I feel like that's also gives me high hopes.
I think what the, as long as the cover's not green, we're good because I didn't like Game
It's
On. It was
purple, I
green.
think.
I didn't like Wild Eye Eyes.
Oh,
What was it
and
called?
that
That
was
one was green.
Nacho Libre was
Yeah.
green.
I think that's what that was like. My last books of her were Nacho Libre and Gold Rush Ranch.
Yeah, that was
So in
freaking good.
my brain, I'm like,
Actually, lie, we got Wild Card and we liked that.
was that after?
That was after Nacho Libre, yeah.
Oh, because that
That
was the
was her
purple
latest
one.
release. That was the purple one, yeah.
And it was good. What did we do?
Yeah. It
What?
was good.
Who
The
was it?
age gap, the ex's dad.
Oh, yeah. Still
Yeah.
not Chestnut Springs good, but it was good. I
Yeah.
just don't think that series is like my favorite. But I'm hoping that it's better. Oh, we also get freaking Wilder Woods this year, so we have some.
We do have things to look forward to.
And if
I
that
forgot
sucks,
about that.
if
Two
that
new
sucks,
Liz Tom Fords in a year.
if that sucks, I'm done with romance because then I have no hope. If both of
There's
these books
there's
suck,
no way
those
it's
are
gonna
my
suck.
two.
In Her Own League slapped.
Yeah.
So there's no way Wilder Woods
And
is
I'm
gonna
like,
suck.
it's gonna give me like nostalgia because it's home, like it's Northern California.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
kind of
that's true.
excited
That's true.
because we've been reading a lot of books that are in freaking Pennsylvania lately.
Why would anybody want to come here? I don't know.
Me either. Just no reason. Why would anybody want to be there?
Me, because I'm here. That's your only reason. Um,
Um, but I am excited.